Gotham Metalworks is a sheet metal company based in New York City, working in a variety of fields, such as renovations and restorations. They specialize in decorative facades on historic landmarks throughout the tri-state area. An array of craftsmen are tasked to recreate these centuries-old pieces and bring them back to life. I had the opportunity to speak to one of their new metalsmiths, Dean Brown, about his experience getting into the specialized trade and its processes.
My name is Dean Brown. I'm from Crown Heights, Brooklyn. I'm a metalsmith at Gotham Metalworks. I specialize in historical landmark restoration, specifically in copper and sheet metal restoration or refabrication. Well, I guess I would say it started at an early age, if that's not like a cliche, but my father was a welder. He had his own shop in Brooklyn for many years, and I just really saw him going around and installing all different gates and fences and welding different wrought iron pieces together for people, no matter what they needed, different configurations, different stories of buildings, and just really leaving his mark in a way on Brooklyn. Yeah, that really just it gave me an interest for like working with raw materials. It's not so much even finished products, but what actually goes into making things, like the manpower plus the material plus the time plus the ingenuity, like just the whole process itself. So um, yeah, I got into sculpting at a young age, and then just developed an interest in just metal because I had a passion for it as a youth, but it felt more accessible as I got older because of what I'd seen in my father's shop in Brooklyn, and this job sort of like is brings everything together in a way. Yeah. Assess the pattern board. The pattern board is a breakdown of an original piece from off the side of a building. So it's real technical. Like it can get real technical, but in short detail, we make dies out of zinc and tin and press copper sheets in between to render a design that replicates the original design from these historical buildings so that they can be put back um, without the lead that's inside of it, which is a neurotoxin. Yeah. A lot of the original pieces that we received, they're about 100 to like 120 years old. Um, the Spanish Heritage Museum is one place. We're actually doing a project for the New Jersey Library, and they have a lot of copper pieces that the
Here he explains the processes that are seen in the videos.
yeah. So that's where the torching comes in. So that's a process called annealing. When you anneal a metal, you heat it up to a temperature that actually makes the molecules move faster and they move apart. So it actually softens the metal. So we anneal the copper by heating it up to a high temperature and then letting it cool. You have to then polish it within a phosphoric acid to get the ash off, and then we hand polish it, and we end up with sheets that we cut to size and we put between our hydraulic press. So in the next video where I was like putting the sheet on the hydraulic press, the bottom, that's the zinc piece that was originally cast from the original pattern from the original piece that we received. The top is the tin portion that was poured directly on that zinc cast. So we got like this sort of teeth system. And then on hydraulic press, we put a piece of copper that we've done this process to soften, and we lower the jaw, and it hammers the design into the design. So we have to do that a few times at different rates of speed, and we have to hammer with our plastic hammers in between to like sort of ease the design into its folds, because it's not just about brute force. It's a lot of like delicate pattern laying and intricate groups, which is exactly why we're tasked to take this on, because it has to be done in a way that preserves a lot of the original integrity of the original design. That's a big part of the historical restoration factor. I was pursuing a degree in journalism, and on the side, I was casting my own jewelry with my own broken arm centrifuge in my backyard, buying all the materials, setting up uh, business licenses, accounts to become this jeweler who made like silver pieces. And I was always on the fringes of this industry, knowing that it was a passion that I never really just wanted to be a hobby. And working with metals, um, I saw the opportunity to pursue it further. Took a leap through 100 hoops to get the job, but like, um, yeah, it's this ability to leave your fingerprints on a lot of pieces that end up on buildings that are going to be around for hopefully 100 more years since you've restored it since its last 100 years. And I'm from New York, so it's like maybe one day I'll take my kids around and show them like buildings that I like may have helped press the copper for. But that beyond that, I chose this over like just a liberal arts degree, so to speak. Maybe because like I'm in a union and like I get health insurance. I get like dental. Um, my paycheck is steady. Like I have representation and I can fight for more if I need to. And it's not something that I was ever told was possible even before I applied for colleges, or it was seen as like a place for people who couldn't get into colleges or not where the best should go. So
I asked Dean to say some final words about his favorite aspects of the job.
I love Soho. You know what I mean? Like, I love looking at the facade. I love brownstones. I love the heritage. I love New York because of how it has looked, used to look. I love when people tell me, like, when you're working in Dumbo and they're like, oh, this used to be a warehouse full of rags. We ship them to Europe. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, bro. I can picture that because, like, I'm around it so often, like, I love the idea of preserving the uniqueness of this city because it's the uniqueness of the people who contributed to its greatness. And
This is Andres Rodriguez for Brooklyn Vanguard.